Hello everyone, welcome back. In the previous video, we discussed the architecture of Google Cloud, and in this video, we'll be discussing the basic of any cloud platform. Let's take AWS, Azure or GCP. The basic block of any cloud platform will be regions and zones. So this is nothing but where the cloud providers will actually have their servers, cooling systems, network, everything in one place. In short, this will be the data centers for the respective cloud provider. So as we previously discussed, the Google network is the part of the foundation that supports all of Google's infrastructure and applications. Google's network is the largest network of its kind, and Google has invested billions of dollars over the years to build it. So this network is designed, basically the Google's network is designed to give customers the highest possible throughput and lowest possible latencies for their applications. And Google's cloud infrastructure is based on 7 major geographic locations like North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Middle East, Africa and Australia. Why we should have this multiple locations? So having multiple service locations is important because choosing where to locate applications affect qualities like availability, durability and latency. So this qualities will measures the time a packet of information takes to travel from its source to destination. So when you're designing an application, you should know where your end users are and accordingly you should choose the region. So each of these locations, for example, if you take North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia and Australia, so each of these locations is divided into several different regions and zones. So regions represent independent geographic areas and zones are composed inside region. So understanding the physical layout of Google Cloud Platform is crucial for designing your application that are fast, reliable and compliant with data law. And now we will understand what is regions. So a region is a specific geographic area where Google houses its data centers. So regions represent independent geographic areas and are composed of zones. For example, if you look at this image, so London is the geographic area and London's relevant region is Europe West 2, and we will be discussing what is zone in the upcoming slide. Typically, the naming standard of region will be followed by geography and number. So in North America, we have different regions like US Central 1, US West 1, US East 1, and same way in Europe, we have Europe West 2, Europe West 1, and in Asia we have Asia Northeast 1 and so on. So regions are entirely independent. A power failure in US 1 region will not affect US West 1 region. So regions are entirely independent and every region contains at least 3 zones. Here you can see Europe West 2 has 3 zones: Europe West 2A, Europe West 2B and Europe West 2C. Regions are connected to each other via Google's high-speed global fiber network, as we discussed earlier, and regions are resilient to a single zone failures. For example, in Europe West 2, we have 3 different zones. For any reason, if Europe West 2A goes down, it doesn't have any impact on Europe West 2B or Europe West 2C. Regional resources are redundantly deployed across zones within a region, and some of the example of region resources are App Engine, Regional Persistent Disk, and static IP addresses. And moving on to the next, we'll be discussing what is zone. A zone is nothing but it is the deployment area within a region. It is an area where Google Cloud resources are actually deployed. For example, if you launch a virtual machine using Compute Engine, it will run in the zone. So when you're choosing region, it will ask you which zone we have to deploy the resource and the backup zone as well. So this is where we will actually deploy our resource to ensure our resource redundancy. And zone is nothing but it is an independent data center. So regions are entirely different, but zones are independent data center. So the format for zone is it is followed by a region name. For example, Europe West 2 is the region name and Europe West 2A, Europe West 2B and Europe West 2C are the zones inside Europe West 2 region. Zones within a region are considered single failure domains. They have distinct physical infrastructures, power grids, cooling, networking to ensure that if one zone goes down, the other will remain operational. Increased availability and fault tolerance within the same region. Zone in a region are connected through low latency link and extremely high bandwidth. For round trip time, it will take less than 1 millisecond between zones in the same region. So this is what zone is. Now we will discuss the next one, which is multi-region and global. As of now, we have around 42 regions, 127 zones and 200 plus network edge locations present across 200 plus countries, and the network has a range of 7.75 million kilometers of terrestrial and subsea fiber. So here you can see this is the location, and inside location we have different regions, and inside one region we will have 4 different zones. A large geographic area such as United States, Europe or Asia. As I mentioned earlier, under United States we have North America and South America. For example, regions like US East 1, US East 4, US Central 1, all those things will come under United States, and therefore with Europe and Asia as well. Some Google Cloud services like cloud storage or BigQuery allow you to select a multi-region, and this multi-region and global is useful for bringing applications closer to users around the world, and also for protection in case there are issues with an entire region for any reason. For example, it can be a natural disaster as well. So this distributes your data across 2 or more distance region within that area. It offers the highest availability, but there will be trade-off with latencies or consistency compared to a specific region. So this is what multi-region and global is. Till now we have discussed location, regions and zones, and now comes the question how to choose a location. When selecting a region or a zone, you should balance or you should focus on these 4 factors. The first one is latency, nothing but speed. So choose the region closest to your end users. For example, if your users are in London, you should choose region like Europe West 2, which is actually present in London. Doesn't make any sense to choose US East 1 or Asia Northeast 1. It doesn't make any sense. The next one is price. So not all regions cost the same. US and European regions are generally cheaper than South America or Asian regions due to infrastructure and tax costs. The third one is compliance. So laws like GDPR requires data to stay within a specific boundary. For example, if you're dealing with London use case, the data should be stored inside Europe Union. It should not come out of it because of the legal requirements. And the last one is service availability. So not every Google Cloud product is available in every region. If a newer services is coming from Google Cloud platform, you will be able to see that in US Central 1 or Europe West 1 first. So that's it for this video. In the next video, I'll step into console. Happy learning.